What is going on, guys? Today we are having a look at all of the SBCs that are currently available in FIFA 23. As you can see from the bottom, there is 20 free cards at this point in time. Pretty much throughout Footies, you do find you technically get one SBC player a day, or at least a gamble SBC of some kind. So I want to go through what is the best SBCs for right now to complete. We are bound to get upgrades tomorrow, obviously on Monday, so we should start to see a lot of packs coming our way. And SBCs do tend to go up in value, but also the players do come down in value, so we kind of get that mix between the both. And as we saw with Cahill, 2 SBCs, an 89 and an 87, only 220. So I've got the list: must complete, fodder, and don't even bother looking at that card. The first one I'm going to put in here is Kaka. I would personally say this card should have been fantastic. It had the makings of the parameters of what we should have got to be incredible. Unfortunately, they took it and threw it down the river. I believe this is I want to say it's the ECL Cup. Basically, the person who won it got to choose one icon card to put as an SBC. Allegedly, the guy didn't get it. He didn't get the choice of who he wanted. But also, they gave Kaka a 2 upgrade, which is fantastic, or a 1 upgrade nonetheless. But he lost a skill move or weak foot, whatever it was, because we had a foot birthday Kaka with a 5-star. Instead, they gave us an SBC that was A, more expensive than the card himself, but B, not even as good. The 5-star skiller to make him 5-5 was the thing that made Kaka relevant. Taking that away, making him double expensive, and then adding the extra little bit of stats was not enough. So personally for me, I wouldn't bother. Keep doing your 90 icon player picks for that one and try and get the foot birthday Kaka, in my opinion anyway. We then have Pushgas. He currently has until the 18th of August. A lot of these SBCs do have quite a few days left, but again, we are going to go through the ones also that are quicker. So we have got someone like the End of Eras. We've also got some of the Team Up 2. They are kind of finishing soon, so I will put an emphasis on what you want to finish first. Pushgas is one that, to be honest, 877k with a lot of these icons. They are decent and most definitely are incredible to have as an icon. Jarzinho, Vieira, Pushgas, Cantona, all very top-end icons. But the problem is now is we've got a lot of top-end cards that rival them. It's not all about the icons anymore unless you've got your R9s, your Hullets, maybe a Team of the Year Dinos. But in terms of kind of the top, but not necessarily top 1% in their position, they are definitely good. But if you've got yourself a Team of the Season Mbappe already, you've got yourself a Peter Cech, then realistically you don't necessarily need to grind them out. The one thing I will say with a lot of these icons, personally, I would try and kind of do them last, but I'd also try and do the gamble anyway, because realistically, if I go and spend 877k on Pushgas, but then I go and finish 3 icon player picks for the same price, I'm pretty sure the icon player pick we got yesterday or the day before, it's coming in at 175,000 coins. You can go and do that and potentially get one of them, saving yourself a lot of fodder. So realistically for me, I would personally try and wait. We actually do have shapeshifters as well in SBCs, or in the 90 plus icon player pick. So again, that's adding an extra bonus. The only thing I would change is if the certain icon, for instance, Cech, Zola and Zambrotta, I don't believe they're in that player pick. So they are SBCs that are not out in game. So Coman, Makalele, Pushgas, Jarzinho, Vieira and Cantona, as well as Beckham, have been released in a team. So they are available in these picks or packs, whereas obviously the Cech isn't. So for me, I would say complete if obviously you've got nothing else to complete. But in terms of the card itself, I wouldn't necessarily go and run for it, in my opinion. Personally, if I'm looking at these icons as well, I think Makalele more fodder now, if anything. Same with Coman. Vieira, I would say very much the same as Pushgas. Complete, but again, only if you have got the excess fodder and also don't necessarily have the position. Probably same as Cantona. Beckham, on the other hand, is actually a really good price for him when it comes to where he kind of can play. He's currently coming in. He is 1.4 million coins on the market, and the SBC is 1.1. So like I said with the icon player pick, if you are planning on completing them, I would definitely do that, and we are going to get a lot more of them coming forward as well in Footies. We tend to get a lot of repeatables, plus a lot of SBC fodder that can go into them as well. I would probably say complete as well, because if we think about it in the logical sense, if we are going to get the 90 plus pick, over and over again. It is repeatable. So if we are going to get that so many times in a row, you have got multiple chances of Beckham. You can technically go and do that 11 times or 10 times, for instance, and you could potentially get the Beckham there. Again, it is all luck, and there is a lot of players in it. They have taken away primes now as well, which does add that extra bonus. Check, on the other hand, is a must, an absolute must. If we can find him on here, he is worth every penny. He is in every team. It may be sweaty, but for a whopping 130k, he is sublime. He is just incredible. I do think the same for Zambrotta as well. I believe he was coming in a little bit more expensive, 350,000, but again, a solid centre mid. If you've not necessarily got a kind of midfield that you are happy with, he is definitely end game until we get more footy SBCs coming out, because he is absolutely incredible as a shapeshifter. And like I said, he's not going to be in the picks unless we get a year in review player pick, which I guarantee we will get, but that is kind of the next step really when it comes to this. We haven't had any leaks yet, so they will probably come in batch 2 or batch 3 more than likely. Zola, I think, is another good one. He most definitely is one that you can complete for a whopping, drumroll please, 260,000 coins. Not bad whatsoever. I do think Jarzinho again is another one, not necessarily a must, but most definitely on that complete list. And then we have the non-icons. So realistically for these, they are dependent on when you're going to do them. So the level ups, I would try and get them done as quick as possible, because realistically for Ferran Torres, for Terrier, Witsel, I think they're the only ones left, we can go get them done and go get an upgraded version. So not only are you getting one card as the walkout, you might be getting a couple of packs if obviously they are 2 or 3 SBCs, but then you also get the card as an upgrade as well. So for instance, you get a 92 card as a Fodder card and a 94 Torres for completing the objective. Terrier, I believe, is a 93, so a double upgrade, and Witsel, I believe, again, is the same. So for me, they are absolute musts, just purely for the fact the bonus you get on top of them. Like we said, you do get an extra version if you are to finish the objective as well. And I don't think, the only one that I'm actually not sure about is Torres, how many games you actually have to play for them. So if we can go to the objective on Footbin, we are on the level up 2. We have got, how many days left? We can scroll to the bottom where it is. We have got a whopping, I'd like to tell you about Skycoach.gg. They offer many features within the FIFA franchise, from FIFA coins to FIFA Weekend League boosts, from trusted sellers, pro players, and are the best prices on the market currently. They have fast delivery, high quality services, lots of games, and also a cashback program. The more coins you buy, the more eligible you are for cashback options. So if you want to buy FIFA coins at the best price, click the link in the description of this video. It will be active promo code for 10% discount from my subscribers. All you have to use is the code JT11 at the checkout to receive this bonus. On to the video. Okay, it's not going to tell me. I believe we've got like 5 to 4 days left. In terms of Witsel, it's 10 separate matches. For Torres, oh, okay, Torres is 20 matches, so you might want to get that done quickly if obviously you are trying to get him. And then Terrier, I believe, is quite quick as well. Terrier is assisting 5 matches, so 5, 10, and 20. I believe you've got 3 Ligue 1 for Terrier, you've got 5 exactly La Liga for Witsel, and in terms of Ferran, he is 6 Spanish. You can get them all done at the same time, so that is an absolute dub. Get that done, because I think they are absolutely worth every single penny. Then we have a few others. We have Reem. I believe he is coming in quite cheap. I personally think he's more fodder, if anything, especially if you've been playing the game for quite some time. You more than likely have the defence that's set up now. Reem is coming in at a whopping 182... Oh no, that's Vardy. I was going to say, Reem's not that expensive. Reem's coming in at 40,000 coins. So for more than anything, I think he's going to be personal fodder at the very minimum. We have McAllister, another great card. He's coming in at 280. I think he's a must complete. Very, very nice transferred card into obviously Prem. And I think that is a big point with any moments, flashbacks, footies, and especially end of era Conte now. We are getting a lot of players that are the best of the best now. We're not going to see any more versions. I guarantee we don't see another Cahill, we don't see another Son. So if you want the best players, these are the SBCs to complete. I think with icons, we can get them again. Maybe not necessarily the Czech Zambrotta Zola, again, year in review, but there's going to be a lot of players that we can get from them. But in terms of the kind of cards that we've got here, the 96 Son, I think is an absolute must. Again, 96 rated Son for very, very cheap, and we do have quite some time for him. He's got 26 days to get him done very easily. Cahill, I think he's a complete. I was impressed, but not too much with him. I do think he's a nice card, and he's very cheap, but I don't think he's a must in my opinion. I do believe there is a lot more strikers out there that you could go for. If anything, I'm kind of talking from a collection point of view here, so this is why I think a lot of these should be complete. But again, if you're not going to go for a starting 11, so for instance, I guarantee that Vardy's not going to get in 80% of the teams. If you've got Czech already, that's one striker ticked off. I guarantee you've got one other striker that goes over Vardy. In terms of a collection point of view, he is an absolute must. He is definitely one to go for, and he's not necessarily cheap enough to call fodder. Whereas someone like a Conte, again, he's going to be top in the position. He's coming in at a whopping, if we can find him, 1 million coins. Very, very expensive, but you've got 6 weeks to complete him. So for me, I think he is a must complete over the time. I'm not saying go and complete him today, but most definitely chip away at the SBCs. We are going to get a lot of cards coming in. We've already had batch 1. It only gets better after that. And I do think a 96 Conte to finish off the game is an absolute must. Even Aubameyang, I do think he is a very nice card. Whether I go over a lot of my strikers, I've got endless amount of strikers. I don't think he gets in. But again, we've got 16 days to get him done. I think he's a complete in my opinion. Especially if you don't have the end game team already. If you've got your Mbappes, your R9s, your Hullets, then yeah, none of these would be complete realistically. But in terms of a completion, a collection sort of view, I do think a lot of the end game cards now are worth it. If we're looking at an 89 Alaba back in December, we know we're going to get a better card. Now, these are the final forms and they are absolutely must. Vardy, I would say kind of fodder, but even then, I think if I was going for kind of fodder, I'd want the actual price to be at a relatively decent value. I think Vardy, for the price of him, we might as well go and finish some of the icons and get them as fodder more than anything. And then finally, we have Carvalho, and also we have Joselu. God, that is probably butchered. But in terms of both of these, Carvalho's got 9 more days at 111,000 coins, and Joselu has got 11 days at 121,000. Again, cheap as chips. Whether the Real Madrid star gets in there, to be honest, I think he's going to be more fodder if anything. Again, for me, I would say complete for the collection. And Carvalho, boost up that Bundesliga team. If you haven't quite got yourself a team of the season Musiala yet, he's going to be a great replacement for him. And that's going to be the list. So let me know down below if you've completed any of these SBCs, or if you do think anybody deserves to go up or deserves to go down. Apart from that, make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.